Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. I really don't agree with this move, man. I really don't think that you need to go with Kevin Hart's ops on tour. Like, that is, to me, it's crossing the line. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. I got a good show for you guys today. I think it's the first time that this might be an all-male show. Well, actually, no, Kevin Hart's white. My bad. This whole time I thought it was an all-male show. Anyways, don't listen to me, man. Y'all know the deal. Get your ear pods in. Get your headphones on. Turn your volumes up. I'm about to start the show. Let's go. NBA Youngboy says that he's not big on fatherhood. He has 11 kids. And he says he's been smoking since he's 7 years old. Just watch the clip.
You do have a lot of children. You know, I've been around you to see in a short amount of time that you're a great father. How important is fatherhood to you, man?
I'm not really big on it, to be honest.
What do you mean by that? You're not big on it? Like you're a family man. I'm here with you. I see it.
Yeah, but I'm only like in here because you live.
Oh, well, I don't believe
It's
you.
a crazy topic because I'm not the type like the sugarcoat nothing.
Listen, I think this might be the first time I'm actually ever covering NBA Youngboy on the show. Look, I'm a fan. I love Youngboy. My nephew is like a super fan. He actually thinks he's better than Drake. But no, I love his energy. I like his music, but for the life of me, I just can't figure him out. I've seen a couple of interviews. The way how he speaks, he sounds like he's totally high and out of it every interview. Like, I understand there's some interviews where people will come on like and just, you know, be out of it or be high or whatever. Just every interview, this guy sounds like he's on another planet. I know he's going through a lot right now on house arrest and all his cases and all that stuff. But like, yo, somebody's got to get Youngboy help, man. Like, yo, you can't be saying these things. Like, this guy has 11 children, and to say he's not a fan of fatherhood and he's just sitting around with his son because the cameras are here, like, this is crazy, man. Y'all know me, man. I'm big on mental health, and I just feel like, yo, some of these young rappers out here like him and Kodak, like, yo, we need to get these young brothers some help, man. Like, this is nuts. Anyways, I don't really have much of a take on this. Like, what kind of take could you possibly have, you know, when you hear somebody say something like this with his child in his lap doing an interview, and then, you know, the kid's gone, and then you're just like, I've been smoking since I was 7. Like, yo, this young man got some things that he needs to deal with. Let's just leave it at that.
How long have you smoked?
I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 7 years old.
Damn.
Yo, we need to get Youngboy some help, man. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. You know, am I just giving him a hard time? Is he young and he's partying and drinking or whatever, and I should just leave him alone? Or do y'all think that somebody needs to reach out and help Youngboy out? And also Kodak. I think those two guys, some bigger rappers, some big homie somewhere needs to reach out and help these two guys out. Torrrei Hart, Kevin Hart's ex-wife, is going out on tour with Katt Williams. There's no video, so I'm going to put up what she put up. I'm going to put up her caption and picture that she put out on her Instagram. I have been a huge fan of Katt's interview on Club Shay Shay, a huge fan of his comedy for years. I even went as far to say I'm going to put him now in my top 3 and take Kevin Hart out. Again, the list is fluid. I just think Katt is hot right now. And I just feel like Kevin the past 2 or 3 years hasn't been. So I swapped him out and I challenged Kevin to come back to get back his spot. Anyways, I digress. I've been on Katt's side this whole week that he's been in the media. I really don't agree with this move, man. I understand you going at Kevin and Steve Harvey and everybody that you talked about in your special, but I feel like there's a level of pettiness that you don't need to cross. And going and hiring Torrrei Hart to put her on your tour, I just think that it's taking away from the genius that Katt Williams displayed on Club Shay Shay. And I also think for Torrrei Hart on her side, it's even worse than Katt. Her, like you have kids with Kevin Hart, you know what I mean? And if like at the end of the day, yeah, you might be mad at me or we might be beefing or maybe I'm not paying child support or whatever it is that Kevin is doing that made Torrrei mad. I really don't think that you need to go with with Kevin Hart's ops on tour. Like that is, to me, it's crossing the line. Like you guys have kids together. If it was just his ex-wife, I would say fine. But you guys have kids together. That's just, I think it's crossing the line. Just my opinion. As I always do, to play devil's advocate, to look on the other side. Apparently, she was with Kevin Hart when Kevin Hart was just a struggling comedian and nobody knew about him. And apparently she used to write a lot of his material in the beginning days. Obviously, if she's going out with Katt Williams on tour, she herself is a comedian. I checked out her page, and any comedian, you go on their Instagram and they have some bits or they have some skits, regardless of the level of comedian. I saw a couple of skits on her page. I didn't laugh once. Sorry, just being honest. There were some couple of things that were a little bit sort of funny, but just all in all, it didn't even feel like a comedian's page. But again, just to play devil's advocate, if she is a struggling comedian and, Kevin Hart is my ex-husband, then I can understand why she might be mad. Like Kevin Hart has a million avenues, comedy avenues, and it looks like he hasn't helped her one bit. It doesn't look like she's really living a luxurious life. I mean, Kevin Hart is worth $100 million. So if you have kids with somebody and they're out here struggling and she doesn't have much, and so my point I'm trying to get to is that the fact that I'm saying that she should be cognizant enough to know, like, I have kids with this man, I'm not going to step over the line. Maybe she's looking at it like, yo, like I've been a good ex-wife for all these years. Kevin has all these accolades and all this money and has a new wife and new kids, and he's living up in Hollywood and I'm here struggling. I mean, if you go to her page, it looks like the girl's like, I wouldn't say welfare level, but it looks like she's just an average comedian in Montreal or Toronto here, or just struggling, or anywhere in the world, just not making money. So maybe she's fed up. So anyways, that's my take. I don't have a baby mom or an ex-wife, so I don't know how far, each side can go with the pettiness and the bitterness, but this is not a good look for all three people involved. And I think Katt is on a good run. And I don't think that he should do this. He already did it, but just my opinion is I don't think he should. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Jay-Z said that he may one day perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Take a listen.
Get on stage.
The Super Bowl halftime stage?
I don't know. I thought it would be selfish to pick myself like too early. So maybe 1 year, maybe.
It's funny, I always thought about this. I was like, yo, if Jay-Z is, the head, whatever, he's heading, I don't know what his title is, head of Super Bowl performance production or head of music at Super Bowl. Yeah, will he ever put himself on? I mean, Jay-Z does have the catalog enough to, play at the Super Bowl. But I mean, if you're the one picking the names and you pick yourself, it does look a little bit selfish, So, but I wonder how long it will take for him to call his own name out. And I also wonder, how long are we going to continue seeing like urban hip hop R&B acts? It was like, I don't know if I can name all of them if I remember, but then there's Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. Then there was Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre and Friends, then Rihanna, and now Usher. So it's a lot of black and brown. Like, I don't think under Jay-Z's, since he's got this contract, I don't think he's brought in a rock band or a pop band. So anyways, I'm just interested to see how long we're going to continue the hip hop, R&B kind of performances. And I'm interested to see when Jay is going to bring his own self out or like one of his artists out. It's kind of like, I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. And I'm also interested to see who's going to be in next year, because I think next year it's in New Orleans and you got to bring on Lil Wayne. And if Lil Wayne is on, Lil Wayne's got to bring on Nicki Minaj and Drake and Young Money and Baby. Like they are New Orleans, and even maybe bring out Master P. So I'm interested to see, who's going to be coming out next year's Super Bowl halftime show. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Should Jay-Z be able to choose himself? And who do you want to see in Super Bowl next year? Who should represent New Orleans? Willis Gibson has become the first person ever to beat Tetris. Yo, I thought this was super funny. This kid's a 13-year-old kid. Anyways, here, hold on. Watch the video.
Oh my god. Please crash. Oh my god! Oh! Yes!
That's actually really why I wanted to play it. This kid was freaking out, super happy for him. But I totally forgot about Tetris. Like, I totally forgot about it. And I never knew that you can't ever beat Tetris, and he would be the first person. I wonder if like somebody else is beating it and just thought like, well, okay, whatever, the game froze. Because that's why I wanted to play the clip. Like, it doesn't say, congratulations, you won. It's just like it's like 99999, and like, you just got the game stuck. Like, I felt it was weird. But anyways, shout out to what's his name? Willis Gibson, 13 years old. Is he going to get some sort of prize for this? It's going out. It's heading like it's going to go viral. I think it's Nintendo who makes Tetris. What is Nintendo going to do for him? Anyways, I just wanted to push the story out there. This kid needs a prize. Get the kid something. 13 years old, first ever to beat Tetris. Let me know if you guys are still playing Tetris out there, and let me know if you've ever come close. What's been your highest score in Tetris? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, question of the day. I got 2 questions today. A husband says that him babysitting is a gift to his wife. I want to know if you guys agree. Take a listen.
My husband goes, "Did you enjoy your time? That was the other half to my Christmas gift." I'm like, "Where? What is it?"
I babysit for hours.
He says freedom. You were gone for 2 hours and I babysat.
By
You gave us
yourself.
freedom. Baby, I love you, and he kissed me.
I was home with the baby. The greatest gift of all for a mother.
Okay, if you ask me, this is a pretty stupid question. I mean, if you're a parent, then obviously babysitting your child is not a gift to your wife. But I feel like there's some dudes out there who are like, yo, this is your department. The kid's breastfeeding. The first 2 years is mommy's job. So I know I'm just curious to ask my audience out there, do you men out there think that in the first year or 2 years while the baby's breastfeeding and, is clinging to mom, do you feel like when you are babysitting, do you feel like that's a present? Do you feel like that's a gift? Like, yo, I'm doing you a favor, man. Like, this is part of your Christmas present, or this is part of your birthday present. And ladies out there, what do you think about, guys that do that? Are you okay with that? Do you agree? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's hard for me to answer these questions because I don't have any kids, but I personally think that it's not a gift, and I think that even though even though the kid is breastfeeding, I just feel like, I understand if the mom is taking more of a role at that point, but to give her a break to go to the mall for 2 hours, I don't know if I would consider it a gift. That's just my opinion. The second question of the day is, what's the pettiest reason you ever refused to date somebody? And I thought it was really funny. I wanted to read you guys the comments. But I guess I should answer the question first. But that's the thing where I wanted to pull up the comments. I really don't have an answer because I don't know if I have like a petty reason not to date somebody. I would pretty much not date somebody for a big reason. Like a petty reason, I really just don't know. Like, I'm just going to read the comments and I'll see if I agree with some of them, but they're hilarious. This girl wrote, he spelled quarantine instead of quarantine, like spelling it with a C instead of a Q. I thought that was funny. One girl said his height started with 5. That's petty. Asked for a picture. I don't think that that's petty because I could see how, if a guy's like, yo, send me a naked picture of you, I could see how that could be like, it's a turn off. I don't think that's petty. Childbearing hips, no, sir. That's petty. Some girl wrote being uncircumcised. That's not petty. I don't think that that's petty, man. That's like, that's a sexual choice, man. If that's petty, then I got a lot of petty reasons why I wouldn't date a girl. He only texts in all caps. That's a little petty. It's a little petty because maybe it's a little petty. It was annoying though, where somebody's typing in caps. I'd be like, why are you yelling at me? This is hilarious. Listen to this one. He came to my house and took a dump. I went to the bathroom and there was still all over the toilet. Like, how are you? Get out now. How old are you? Get out now. I thought that was hilarious. In a dating process that's still in the beginning, who goes over to a girl's house, takes a dump, first of all, A, and then B, how do you not clean out the toilet bowl, man? Like, I don't think that's petty. That's a good reason. I would never date a girl that did that. Oh my gosh, she'd be out. Totally agree. If her second toe longer than her big toe, that's petty. That's petty, bro. They have this is hilarious. They have a dead tooth, but steady got money for weed. Thought that was hilarious. Pronounced the L in salmon. I thought that was funny. Who says salmon? Nobody on the planet says salmon. But anyways, if somebody did, that's not a reason not to date somebody. But anyways, that's petty. That's what the question is asking. Somebody wrote a list asking for pics, bad hygiene, bad breath, too short, couldn't hold the conversation. All not petty. If you consider that to be petty, then I got a lot of petty things that I'll agree with. Maybe not. Not asking. If a girl asked me for a picture, I would just say no. I would not date her. Bad hygiene, 1000% that's not petty. Bad breath, too short. Well, for me, a guy, I don't care, but I understand girls. And can't hold a conversation. That's part of my value system, man. You got to be able to hold a conversation. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What are some petty reasons why you refuse to date somebody? All right, lastly, in sports news, like I did yesterday, I'm going to just give you the sports news and then talk about it after. Michigan, shout out to Michigan. Michigan won the national championship. Morant, unfortunately, has to undergo shoulder surgery, and he'll be out for the remaining of the season. And Draymond Green considered retiring. Let's start with Draymond. Let's just play the clip.
I had a conversation with Adam Silver, commissioner of our league. I just told him, Adam, it's too much for me. Like, this is too much. It's all becoming too much for me. And I'm going to retire. And Adam said, you're making a very rash decision. And I won't let you do that.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting that he felt like it was just too much for him and he needed to retire. That says a lot to me. If he were suspended for something else, then like something, let's say, like he didn't agree with, I would understand him being like, this is too much for me. But I can't figure out and understand why him being aggressive on the court and blatantly doing something that goes against the NBA rules, that he would feel like it's all too much for him. I mean, that I don't know, that makes me feel like he may have really just had some real big issues, man. Like maybe he really can't control himself. And I feel like that's maybe why he feels like a little like too overwhelmed and he doesn't feel like he could be on the court and conduct himself properly. That's what that says to me. Like that line of saying this is all just too much for me. I think that our people might be overlooking that line. When somebody says, yo, this is too much for me, that's a big statement coming from a mental health advocate and somebody that has done a lot of mental health talks and panels and has done a lot of therapy. saying it's all too much for me is a big cry out for help. I don't even know if Draymond realizes. But having said that, shout out to the commissioner, Adam Silver, I think his name is. But shout out to Commissioner. Draymond had really nice things to say about him, and you don't necessarily always hear that from a commissioner in a league. Especially, let's just call a spade, especially a black league with a white commissioner. 10, 20 years ago, you wouldn't hear athletes talking about commissioners that well. So shout out to Adam Silver for being there for Draymond. And I don't know if we should say like shout out for not letting him retire. That sounds a little bit too like, no, we want you. The league needs you. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sorry, with mental health, I really got to dissect everything, because if somebody is actually fed up and he is to a point where it's all too much for him, then maybe you got to let him retire and not just want him in the league for your own reasons. I mean, I'm not in the room. I don't know the breakdown, but anyways, it sounds like he is generally trying to be there for him. So shout out to the commissioner for that. Michigan, I watched the game. It was a good game. I was hoping it would have been a little bit of a closer game. Washington seemed to never really kind of like get their footing. They were always kind of playing from behind. I felt from like two undefeated teams, it would have been a little bit of a closer game. It almost ended up kind of being a blowout at the end. But, the quarterback, don't remember his name. Sorry, I told you guys yesterday I don't really follow college football, but quarterback seemed like he was pretty injured, the Washington quarterback. But it was a good game. Regardless, shout out to Harbaugh, shout out to Michigan and all the players. It's always nice to see college kids, getting their ring, getting their shine, going on to the NFL. So shout out to Michigan. And lastly, Ja Morant, my guy, the guy who I feel is the future of the league. They're saying that during practice, I don't know what happened, but I think it's a rotator cuff. And now he has to undergo surgery and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. The only silver lining in this is that because he was suspended for the first 25 games, and I think they lost, most of their games. I think they only won like 7 games before Ja came back. It wasn't looking like Memphis was going to make it into the playoffs or even win. So the only thing is excuse me. So the one silver lining is I kind of feel like this season was a write-off anyways. So let him go, do his surgery, rest up, have a good offseason, and then come back at the beginning of the season next year and finish back like how he was before, where Memphis is number 1, number 2, have home court advantage, and get to the playoffs, and hopefully get to the finals, because I need Ja Morant to get a ring. I know he's young, but I need him to start his domination now. Ja Morant is my vote for the next face of the league. I know you don't have a vote for it, but that's the guy who I want to be the face of the league. I really like him. I think he's a really exciting player. I think he's good for the NBA. He's a small man, but he's a small man, not like Steph shooting, but he's driving, dunking, and he has so much energy, and he's exciting to watch. Anybody who doesn't watch basketball would love to watch Ja play. He's that exciting. And that's what made Jordan so great, and Kobe so great. Even if you don't understand basketball, you don't follow it, you could tell how exciting they are. And you could tell how you could see how exciting they are when they play. So I think he'd be really good for the game of basketball. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace! Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. And then once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.